Imagine starting the season with not just one, but two major moves already shaking up the entire fan base. On one side, the arrival of a reinforcement that promises to ignite the offense with talent and experience. On the other, the renewal of a young piece that symbolizes the future of the franchise. Two different moves, but together they show the team's ambition to fight once again for the top of the NBA. If you're a Warriors fan, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join us as we follow every detail of this journey that promises to be unforgettable. News 1. If you're a Golden State Warriors fan, you know this year's offseason was anything but calm. Between rumors, leaks, and negotiations that looked like they came out of Thriller, the future of Jonathan Kuminga was finally defined, at least for now. The 22-year-old forward agreed to an extension with the Warriors. 2 years, $48.5 million, with a team option for the second year. But what does this really mean for him, for the team, and for the entire NBA? To understand, we need to dive deep into the behind the scenes of this negotiation and analyze how Kuminga could fit into a roster full of stars. Kuminga's restricted free agency became one of the most talked about situations of the NBA offseason. The forward, a former 7th overall pick, drew strong interest from two division rivals of the Warriors, the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings. The Suns even offered the largest contract of this offseason, around $90 million in guarantees, while the Kings were the most strategic in talks, putting names like Devin Carter, still playing at Dario Saric on an expiring contract, and even protected first-round picks on the table. At one point, the Warriors considered a deal involving Malik Monk and future draft picks, but nothing seemed to satisfy the front office's demand for a premium piece in return. The negotiation became a true chess match. Every move calculated, every offer examined under a magnifying glass, with time running out for everyone involved. In the end, Kuminga and his agent Aaron Turner pushed the team for more guaranteed years or a player option. It looked like a strategic bluff, and the Warriors read it correctly, holding control until the very last day to accept a qualifying offer. The result was a 2-year, $48.5 million deal, with a team option in year 2. In practice, it's essentially a 1-year deal, giving Kuminga about $15 million more than he would have received on the qualifying offer, while also giving the Warriors more salary flexibility for future moves. It's a play that leaves both sides with options open while the free agency clock keeps ticking. At 22 years old, Kuminga has an impressive physical profile, standing 6 feet 7 inches, athletic, and able to play both shooting forward and power forward in versatile sets. Last season, he showed defensive potential, but still has room to grow as a long-range shooter. His playing style combines explosiveness and versatility, reminiscent of a mix between Draymond Green and Paul George, with quick transition ability, solid defense, and offensive opportunities in open space. He's a player who can be decisive in transition and fast breaks, bringing energy and dynamism to the roster. The big challenge of the Warriors is finding the perfect fit for Kuminga. He struggled to play alongside Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler in past games, but Golden State added more shooters around their core trio, improving spacing and opening new chances for the young forward to be more effective offensively without compromising defense. Steve Kerr will need to balance minutes and rotations, using Kuminga in pick and rolls, quick transitions, and spacing roles on offense. Defensively, his versatility allows him to guard both smaller forwards and taller perimeter players, making him a valuable tool in the rotation. Despite the extension, trade speculation hasn't ended. The team option for the 2026-27 season is structured to make the deal easy to cut and renegotiate next summer, meaning Kuminga could become trade eligible as early as January. That makes future trades easier without sacrificing other key players or compromising the salary cap. If the Warriors can't integrate Kuminga effectively into the rotation, a trade still seems very possible. History suggests that this move is almost inevitable, but until then, the front office is giving the forward and Kerr another chance to find a role that works for everyone. Kuminga's future with the Warriors depends on several factors. If he adapts to the system, he could become a key secondary piece, providing defensive energy, fast transition play, and offensive potential in open space. Injuries or strategic roster adjustments could open even more opportunities for him. Warriors owner Joe Lacob has already publicly expressed confidence in the player, showing that he'll be given time and patience to grow, while the team carefully monitors trade possibilities and tactical adjustments. In the end, Kuminga's extension is more than just a contract. It's an open chapter in a story filled with tension, expectations, and potential. Golden State is betting on the young forward's growth, while keeping flexibility for future moves and laying the foundation for a balanced rotation that can contend for the title once again. Every move, every decision, every play can shift the season's outcome and determine whether Kuminga becomes a missing piece or continues to be the subject of trade speculation. So, Warriors fans, what do you think? Will Kuminga become the missing link in Steve Kerr's puzzle, or just another chapter in the NBA's long list of speculations? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more detailed NBA content. Because this offseason proved one thing. In the league, every decision can change everything on the court. During the video, it's worth exploring clips of Kuminga in action, highlights of Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler, animated graphics of contracts and negotiations, tactical animations showing positions and rotations, stat comparisons, maps of interested teams, slow motion of dunks and clutch shots, and close-ups of Steve Kerr and Joe Lacob to create an emotional connection with the audience. News 2. Dub Nation, can you believe this? After so many years, we will finally have two Kais on the same NBA roster. Seth Curry has officially signed a one-year deal with the Golden State Warriors, and for the first time since their high school days, he and Stephen Curry will share the same locker room, the same system, and most importantly, the same goal: bringing the Warriors back to the top of the league. The announcement took over social media, not only because of the technical way of the addition, but also because of the symbolism of seeing basketball's most famous brothers together, side by side, at the peak of a storyline that feels straight out of a movie script. Steven, franchise icon, MVP, and future Hall of Famer, will now have his younger brother by his side, coming off a brilliant season with the Charlotte Hornets, where he led the NBA in three-point shooting, an incredible 45.6%. For Golden State, the arrival of Seth represents more than just a reinforcement. It's a chance to form one of the most lethal backcourt duos in history, capable of destroying defenses with off-ball movement and long-range shooting. Imagine defenses trying to decide, guard Steph or Seth, double team one and leave the other open. Either way, the math is cruel. The shot falls. At 35 years old, Seth Curry has traveled a completely different path than his brother. 9 different franchises up to this point, always fighting to prove that his last name wasn't just a coincidence. And he succeeded. Today, with a career average above 43% from beyond the arc, he has established himself as one of the league's premier catch-and-shoot specialists, despite still playing at high levels where his percentage surpassed Stevens. Now, that consistency arrives to reinforce Golden State's offense, bringing not only more points on the board, but also an extra layer of complexity to Steve Kerr's offensive system. The Warriors' offseason was already heating up before this signing. Jonathan Kuminga's renewal, after weeks of rumors and tension, showed the front office's willingness to bet on the future. On top of that, veterans like Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and Gary Payton II joined the roster, creating a mix of experience, youth, and talent. And as if that weren't enough, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green remain as defensive and leadership pillars, ensuring the team doesn't lose its identity of intensity. Seth's arrival, however, is a narrative turning point. the element that transforms the 2025-26 season into a special story, full of emotion and expectation. For Steve Kerr, the challenge is clear. Integrate these pieces into a system that already demands quick reads, off-ball movement, and tactical discipline. With Seth and Steven together, the floor opens up in an almost unprecedented way. Defenses will have to cover two of the NBA's best shooters, while also worrying about drives, quick passes, and the creativity of players like Butler. The result? A team capable of regaining the offensive rhythm of its best years, now with an extra dose of brotherly magic. The impact goes beyond the court. The Curry brothers on the same team mean higher ticket sales, jersey sales, and global engagement. Warm-up videos, practice clips, games, and even casual conversations between them will certainly go viral, reinforcing the Warriors' image as one of the most popular franchises in the NBA. And for Seth, there's also a personal motivation, chasing the championship that has eluded him. At 35, this might be his last big shot at lifting the Larry O'Brien trophy. Doing it alongside his brother would make the achievement truly epic. Fans are already imagining the moments. Fast breaks ending in synchronized threes, off-ball movement that looks choreographed, and that nostalgic feeling of backyard shooting contests at the Curry family home, now transported to the Chase Center stage. There's no doubt that every game has the potential to create unforgettable highlights, and maybe even define the entire season. With so many experienced veterans and promising young players, the Warriors enter 2025-26 with an irresistible storyline. A renewed roster, Steven's leadership, Butler and Green's intensity, Kuminga's promise, and now the emotional and technical factor of Seth Curry. This union isn't just about basketball. It's about legacy, family, and the pursuit of one last great chapter in an already legendary story. So here's the question. Will the Curry brothers lead the Golden State Warriors back to the top? Or will this season be remembered only for the unforgettable moments the duo creates? One thing is certain. Dub Nation can expect nights of pure magic, defenses scrambling to adjust, and energy at the Chase Center unlike anything seen in years. The season has already begun before the first game even tipped off, and everything suggests we're about to witness one of the most emotional storylines of this NBA decade. And you, fan, what do you expect from this historic partnership? Do you think Seth will finally win a ring alongside his brother? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And with a renewed roster full of stories to tell, the season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent years. Will the new addition truly transform the offense? And will the young talent take the leap everyone expects? These are questions only time and the court will answer. Meanwhile, I want to hear from you. Which of these moves do you think will have the biggest impact? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single detail of the Warriors' journey toward another historic chapter.